gender identity into the business. He put gender roles in. He believed that every child that was born in the world was gender neutral, and that the environment dictated whether they were a boy or girl. So if a boy wanted to be a girl, you could. If a girl wanted to be a boy, they could. But that's what he was into. So he took his theory one stage further. Now, I don't know whether you're aware of the Reimer twins. Some of you may be aware of the Reimer twins. But these were two twin boys, 8 months old. And they were due to have a circumcision. Bruce was the first one, Bruce and Brian. Bruce went for his circumcision, but the machine was faulty. And it happened to cut, or burn off, I should say, his penis, his genitalia area. And the parents were distraught. They were only a young couple in their late teens. But this John Money, in his wisdom, said, don't worry about that. Why don't we transition Bruce into a girl? And that's what they did. That's what they did. And unfortunately, their childhood was absolutely ruined. The damage that was caused, the sexual abuse that pertained and went on. Honestly, it was absolutely sickening to read this. But what they also did, they made them simulate sex acts on one another. Up until 10 years old, he reported all this and said it was a complete success. But I can assure you it wasn't. It was a complete disaster. Bruce didn't feel right being as a child, as a girl, in a female body, a male body, with a female identity. He struggled with that, and it was at that point his parents decided to tell them exactly what happened. And with that, he transcended or transitioned back to a girl. Get drying them out there. Back to a girl called David. Now David spoke out quite a lot about this, about the damage that John Money done to them. And also he was on the Oprah Winfrey show. You can probably Google that up and check that one out. But the damage had been done, the trauma, the heartache, tore them apart, both of them. And sadly his brother took an overdose at 38. And sadly David took his own life and committed suicide. So you can see what has gone on here to these two poor young lads. Well, they were 38 when they died.
What was his name?
And the thing is, John Money...
He's all what, mate, complained because he switched his cam on and didn't. I was like, what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do?
You know, really didn't. And basically, that basically got the formation of the gender ideology today. So that's where it comes from, people. It didn't just turn them out of thin hair. Yes, we've had all the people dressing up, the bisexuals, homosexuals, the lesbians, that's all gone through. But this started from the 60s, came out that way. So this is why it's so important that you do look out for your children. Look out in the schools. If you think it's daft, look up Alfred Kinsey, look up John Money. It'll tell you everything I've said. There's not one lie there at all. There's not one lie in what any of us have said today. So it's vastly important. You do your homework for your children and look out what they're teaching you. And if you've got a problem with what they're teaching you, one, you can pull them out, which could prove difficult, I know, I understand. But two, you can combine together with others and tackle the school board. Or if you want, take them to court if you're not happy with it. It really is trying to normalise everything. And if you think about it, they're trying to normalise them at that age. When they have children themselves, it will then become the norm. They might go into a teacher's profession, science, police, court judge, whatever. But the thing is, these people, because they think it's normal, and a lot of countries around the world do allow paedophiles or adults to have sex with children, so that's what's happening at the moment. So, but also, if we go back to the schools, they're teaching them consent. They're teaching them consent so they can consent to the right to be who they want to be taught what they want to be taught, so their parents can't have to say. So why is that? Why are the schools doing that? You know? They're grooming them. If the teachers aren't aware what the curriculum is and they're teaching it, then there is something wrong with them as well. I'm sorry, because it really is shocking. It really is awful, and it should not be allowed. You know, maybe at the end of the high school, that kind of thing, you know, then you can learn who you want to be, what you want to do, that kind of thing. Again, we haven't got nothing against who you want to be, but at 4 years old and upwards, please do not teach our kids this. And please do take a leaflet. We're not here just making it up. It's a massive concern for everybody. Who's got kids, who's got family, who's got younger brothers and sisters, nieces, nephews, you name it. Even if you're an old granddad, you know, you still got kids and grandkids and great-grandkids. Teachers still get that message out. Honestly, it is really serious what they're trying to do. It's all to do with the big push, the Agenda 2030. All part of it to feminise men. All part of it to make sure men aren't strong enough. They're more feminine, so they won't fight the causes like we are. You know, they'll just stay at home. Oh, don't worry about that. I'm not interested. You know, but that isn't the way it should be. Men should be men, and women can still be as aggressive as men. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not separating the two issues there. But we really have still got to stand up because our children's lives are vastly important. But I can tell you now, from 10 to 15 years' time, or even less, you know, when things are different and you wonder why your child is not who it's meant to be, then you've only got yourselves to blame, the schools. But the books that I had there as well, that's teaching you everything else, like I said about masturbation, having sex, saying it's normal for babies and children to masturbate and things like that. You know, it's not the sort of stuff you really want to hear me shouting out here, but it's the only way we can make it aware of what's going on. So just to leave it, I'll bit of research for you. You know, Alfred Kinsey. Look up Alfred Kinsey and John Money, and you'll see what I've said is the truth. And if you look up everything else, what the other guys have said, Bill said, it's the truth as well. It really is a serious state of affairs in schools. Look after your children. Keep them close. Hello, mate. Keep them close to you. Honestly, if there's a toilet nearby, don't just let them go on their own. Get in there with them. I always did. I never let them. I was probably a little bit too much for my kids to say, but they're 31 and 24 now. Got a beautiful granddaughter who's 4 years old, and I'm worried for her. So really, you've got to look after your kids, people. That is the bottom line. Remember Alfred Kinsey and John Money. When you wake up in the morning, I'm going to hypnotise her, and you're going to remember those names. Alfred Kinsey, John Money. But please, 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 look after your children. Please. Thank you.
Well done. Brilliant.